স্কুবা ডাইভিংয়ের জন্য এই পেডি অ্যাপটা খুব জরুরি। যদি পেডি অ্যাপ থেকে আপনারা চেক করতে পারেন স্কুবা ডাইভিং, যারা প্রথমবার স্কুবা ডাইভিং করবেন অথবা সি অ্যাক্টিভিটিসগুলোতে যাচ্ছেন তারা অবশ্যই এই সম্পর্কে যে টিউটোরিয়ালগুলো আছে টিউটোরিয়ালগুলো ভালো মতো দেখে নিতে পারেন। আর যদি সময় না পান তাহলে ওখানে যাওয়ার পরে কিন্তু ওরা যে ট্রেনাররা আছে ট্রেনাররা আপনাদেরকে মোটামুটি একটা ব্রিফ লেসন একটা দিয়ে দেবে। সেই লেসনটা খুব ভালো করে ফলো করবেন, তার কারণ পরবর্তীতে যেন যে সমুদ্রের নিচে গিয়ে কোনো ধরনের প্রবলেম ফেস না করতে হয়, সেজন্য আগের থেকে এগুলো জেনে রাখা ভালো। যে প্যাডি অ্যাপটা আছে সেই প্যাডি অ্যাপ থেকে অনেক কিছু চেক করে নিতে পারেন। এখানে প্যাডি অ্যাপের মধ্যে গেলে আপনি মোবাইল থেকেই যেতে পারবেন। এখানে সার্টিফিকেট কোর্স থেকে শুরু করে সব কিছু দেওয়া আছে। এখানে ট্রেন্ডিং প্রোডাক্টস থেকে শুরু করে সব কিছু দেওয়া আছে। আপনি প্যাডি অ্যাপে এই যে লার্ন গাইড যেটাতে যাচ্ছেন সেটা হচ্ছে যে হ্যান্ড সিগন্যাল থেকে শুরু করে সব কিছু কিন্তু প্যাডি অ্যাপে পাওয়া যাচ্ছে। কিভাবে কোন সিগন্যালে কি দিতে হবে, কোন সিগন্যালে কাকে ডাকবেন, কিভাবে ডাকবেন, ডিস্ট্রেস এই যে ডাউন যাওয়ার জন্য, এগুলো সবগুলো উনি শেখাই দেবে। যে এয়ার ক্লিনিং নট মানে শুনতে পাচ্ছেন না, তারপর আপনাকে প্রচণ্ড হয়তো শীতকালে গেলে আপনাকে প্রচণ্ড ঠান্ডা লাগতেছে, ওয়ান হ্যান্ড থেকে শুরু করে এগুলো প্রত্যেকটাই কিন্তু এক এক করে সব কিছু আপনি এই প্যাডি অ্যাপের মাধ্যমেই বুঝতে পারবেন। তো ওখানে যেহেতু আপনি নিচে গিয়ে কোনোভাবেই আপনার কথা বলতে পারছেন না, তো সেক্ষেত্রে কিন্তু এরা এইভাবেই আপনার চেষ্টা করতে হবে যে আপনি কিভাবে অনলাইনেই এগুলো সবগুলো পাবেন। ওখানে যাওয়ার সাথে সাথে আপনাকে এরকম একটা ফর্ম দেবে, সে ফর্মটা ফিল আপ করতে হবে। এই ফর্মটা বিশেষ করে সমুদ্রের নিচে গিয়ে কোনো ধরনের প্রবলেম হইলে সে প্রবলেমের জন্য এরা দায়ী না, মানে এই ধরনের একটা লিখিত দিতে হয়। যদিও মানে সেই রকম কোনো ঝামেলা হয় না বা কোনো ধরনের দুর্ঘটনা ঘটার সম্ভাবনা খুবই কম, কিন্তু তারপরও এগুলো হচ্ছে ফর্মালিটিস। তা আমরা ভাগিনা সহ দুজনেই লিখিত দিলাম পুরো ফর্মটা ফিল আপ করে যে আমাদের যে কোনো ধরনের কিছু হলে বা যে কোনো ধরনের দুর্ঘটনার জন্য লাইবিলিটিস আমরা।
This is not a certification, right? So this is just an introduction to diving. After this, you won't be qualified to dive independently. You will still need an instructor to go with you. Some very basic physics. So water has a weight, right? So, and anything with a weight exerts pressure. So the deeper you go, there's more water above you, so there's more pressure.
Okay.
However, this water pressure doesn't affect water. This is a water-filled balloon.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how deep it goes, it stays the same size, right? It's not getting smaller because the pressure isn't affecting water. Which is good for us because our body is mostly made of water, so we don't really feel the pressure. However, we have some air spaces, our ears, sinuses, lungs, and when we put on the mask, there's a space between the mask and the face. That is also considered an air space. Unlike water, air is affected, right? So this air-filled balloon, the deeper it goes, it's getting smaller, right? The pressure is compressing the air and the balloon is getting smaller. So the same thing happens to your air spaces. When you're going down, your lungs get compressed, your sinuses also get compressed. So it's important to equalize your air spaces, right? When you're going down, to equalize, what you have to do is you have to bring this small balloon back to its original size, right? So when you're going down, you add air, right? When you add air to a smaller balloon, it gets bigger, right? So when you're going down, add air. When you're coming up, you don't have to do anything because the effect air will release by itself. And this is how you equalize, right? First your ears and your sinuses. All you do is you pinch your nose, right? Shut your nose completely, block your nose. Okay? Same as the airplane, you feel the pressure. So if you have a cold, maybe your cold isn't visible on the outside, but maybe the inside is a little blocked, so you might not be able to equalize. If you can't equalize, signal to your instructor, yeah, problem. So this means problem. You're going to hear that means you can't equalize. So if you can't equalize, don't try to go deeper. And when you signal to your instructor something is wrong, they'll bring you up a few feet. Okay, not to the surface, just a little bit, and the discomfort will go away. And after you continue the dive at that level, but you can keep trying up to equalize, and after a while it should work. But don't try to force it. Don't blow too hard. A gentle blow is enough. If you try to blow too hard, you might injure yourself.
After crossing every meter, we have to do this.
Yeah, every few feet, yeah. Because the pressure is increasing as you go down, right? So you have to equalize every few feet. And sometimes if the mask is a bit too tight, the mask will get pressed onto your face as well as you're going down. You might feel a mask squeeze on your forehead. If you feel this, just add some air from your nose into the mask. Okay? Usually this doesn't happen, but if it does, just breathe out into it. And your lungs, right, the most important aspect, you don't really have to do anything to equalize because during the whole dive you'll be breathing in and out, right, continuously breathing. During a dive you should never hold your breath, right? Breathe in with your mouth deeply, slowly. Keep breathing continuously as you would on land. This is pretty much what you look like. You have a fins, your mask, your BCD. Your BCD is the jacket that you wear, and there will be a regulator, and we'll be giving you a weight belt to help you go down.
Oh.
And these are some hand signals, right? Since we can't talk underwater,
Okay.
this means okay.
Stop.
This is both a question and an answer. Right? If I show you this, I'm asking you, are you okay? So you have to reply, yes, I'm okay. So this means stop. Let's go up. Slow down. Slow down. Take it easy. If you're moving around too much or kicking too hard, we remind you to slow down. This one I've showed you before. You have a problem. Similarly, this signal means something is wrong, right? So let's say you have a cramp. If you have a cramp, just point to your leg, something is wrong. So whatever your problem is, you point to your problem, something is wrong. This means out of air, and this is how much air you have. We won't be using this today. The dive is going to be very short, and your instructor will keep an eye on your air gauge for you. And some hand signals that aren't in this. So this means breathe in. Okay. This means breathe out. And when you're swimming, you'll be swimming horizontally. Right? When you're swimming, stretch your hand and swim horizontally. And if your instructor does this, it means stand up. Right? Come to a vertical position. Then do this. Come back to your swimming position. And this means kneel down on the sand. And sometimes new divers are very tense. Right? When you're too tense, your body tends to float up. It's difficult to stay underwater. So if you are too tense, your instructor will remind you to relax. Now, after the briefing, we'll be going to the beach. And we'll go to the beach, we'll gear up and we'll go into the water, into the lagoon. And the lagoon is around, the water will be around this side. First you put on your regulator, try breathing. Just put your face in the water and breathe. Right? Once you're used to that, we'll kneel down in the sand and the water will be just above your head. Right? So, if there's anything wrong, you can just stand up. Now this is your regulator. On the right side, you have your regulators. That is what you use to breathe. Right? These are both the same thing. Right? The only difference is this is yellow. It's a bit long. So this is your primary. This is what you will be using, and this is your alternate. So your alternate is there for your body mostly. However, if you have a problem with this, you can always switch to this one. But the primary function of your alternate is if your body is very careless during the dive and he runs out of air, you give this to them so they can use your air and let the dive safe. Okay. On the left side, we have a pressure gauge. Right, that shows you how much air you have. 200 is a full tank. Okay. And this red zone, 0 to 50, is called the
Danger
zone. Right. Once you reach 50, you will still have around 15 to 20 minutes of air left, but at 50, you should always end the dive and come up. And this is your inflator hose. This is connected to your BCD. Right. On the BCD, there's two buttons.
How long we could survive with this 200?
It depends on how deep you go, how much you breathe. Right. Usually we can do around an hour and a half. Depends on
1
the
hour.
diver. Yeah.
1 hour at best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. If any adjustment needs to be made, your instructor will make it for
Okay.
you. And but you should know that when you add air, you start coming up. Right. So you should never never inflate the BCD to come up. When you want to come up, slowly swim up. swim up to the surface. When you're at the surface, at air to BCD and float on the surface. If you don't add air to float, you have to keep kicking straight out.
Now, which one will keep in your mouth? That black one?
Primary.
Primary.
And then you have to do 4 skills when you're in the water. You'll kneel down first, and I told you this one, right? So the first skill is to clear your regulator. Let's say you have a problem with your regulator, you want to switch to this one. But this has already been in the water, so it's full of water. So if you put it in and start breathing, you'll be drinking the water. So you have to clear the water first before you. So what you do is, have you been snorkeling?
Yeah.
Okay, so just bite down on this part and wrap your lips around this. So you keep this in your mouth, take a deep breath, breathe in, and take it out. Okay? When you take it out, make sure the mouthpiece is pointed down. Okay, don't keep it like this.
Okay.
Keep it pointed down and make small bubbles with your mouth, right? Because remember I told you never hold your breath during the dive, right? So those small bubbles keeps your airway open. Right? So put it back in, and this time after you put it in, don't breathe. Blow into it. Okay, when you blow into it, the water from inside will come out. Now let's say you make a small bubbles and run out of air. If you run out of air, you have to do the other method. Okay, this is the second exercise. Take a deep breath in, put it down, small bubbles, put it back in, and this time you press the button. There's a button here. When you press this button, air from the tank will come and clear this. When you press it, you don't have to hold it. Okay, a short press is enough.
When if our breathing system is not working at that time?
No, to clear the water.
Okay.
Right? If there's water inside,
We can also clean it by like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we can't, then we can press it.
But this one is final option.
Second,
you can do either.
Secondary option.
Oh, yeah, but when we practice it, we have to do both.
Okay.
So when we're doing the skills, instructor will demonstrate first, and when we finish, you can do.
Okay.
And the third skill is to recover the regulator. And while you're diving, it's very unlikely, but maybe you open your mouth a bit too much and it comes out. If it comes out, you have to get it back, right? So take a deep breath in, point it down, small bubbles. This time you let it go. But when you let it go, it will always go to your right side because it's attached to your tank on the right side. So let it go and you lean to your right, take your arm, sweep it under,
Okay.
and then it will be hanging on your arm. Okay, so
Okay.
you just take it, you can either blow out or press the button.
Got it.
Underwater, any facial movement can break the seal between the mask and your face, and some water might go in. Okay, but you can't always come up to the surface where the mask can go back down, right? So this is how you do it underwater. And you have your mask on, or you have your regulator. Right? Take a deep breath in, look up, right? Don't look all the way up. Just lift up your chin a little bit and press the mask here, right? On the frame, the hard part of the mask, you press it against your face like this.
Okay.
And then blow out from your nose. Give a big blow and the water will come out.
Okay.
And if it's getting blurry or like this kind of thing, then
We'll be using shampoo to make it not full.
foggy, yes.
We'll first try to clear the mask without any water, and once you're doing it properly, your instructor will lift up the mask from here, add a little bit of water just below your eye. You can try again.
How heavy is the cylinder?
So you will be using the
Yellow one? The silver one?
It's around
Silver.
12-13 kilos.
12-13 kilos.
পানির মধ্যে তো এটা সমস্যা না
Okay, so after we do the skills, we'll see if you can equalize it properly underwater, and then we'll practice swimming for a bit. So divers don't use their hands to swim, right? We don't do this to swim. We only use our legs. And when you kick with your legs, don't kick like this. Don't bend your knee. Keep it straight, ankle straight. Kick with your hips like this.
ওকে
And your arms usually you can keep it by your side as well, but today I want you to stretch your arm, right? when you're starting out, when you stretch your arm, it's easier to maintain a good body position. So stretch your arm in front of you and look forward. If you're always looking down, then your body position is not good, so your buoyancy will be affected. So keep looking forward and stretch your arm. And when we're swimming out to the reef, an instructor will hold your hand so that until we reach the edge of the reef and you get a bit more comfortable, and then we'll let go.
Reef is how much deep? Reef?
The reef, this reef was
just not the reef. Before the reef, how much depth it was? Before reef.
in the lagoon.
Lagoon,
It goes around
this
3 meters.
3 meters.
We'll be doing the skills where you can start.
Powerful.
And after that, the reef goes 30 plus meters.
Slot.
Yeah. So the maximum depth for the dive is 12 meters, but depends on your comfort level. You don't have to go deep for a good dive. And during the dive, at any point you have a problem, just signal to instructor something is wrong. And if we can't solve it underwater, we'll come up on the surface, we'll talk, and if you want to continue the dive, we can go back.
Come up also, we have to make our body straight, like this standing position, and do like
And,
this.
yeah.
And while you're underwater, you should never touch anything, right? So don't touch anything, don't take anything, also don't leave anything behind. Just leave it the way it is so future divers can enjoy the dive. And this is just general rule of diving. After a dive, you can't fly for 12 hours. Some questions, right, to see if you were listening? Upon completing the experience, I'll be qualified to dive independently without an instructor. Is it true or false?
No, false.
False, yeah. To equalize my ears and sinus airspaces during descent, I will need to blow gently against pinched nostrils.
Yeah, true.
True, yeah. I should equalize every few feet while descending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have discomfort in my ears or sinuses during descent, I should continue downward.
False.
No.
Underwater, I should breathe slowly, deeply, continuously, and never hold my breath.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I should add air to my BCD to float at the surface.
At the surface.
Yeah. My air gauge indicates how much air I have and must look at it often and whenever my instructor tells me.
Yes.
But today we won't be asking you, keep an eye on it.
Okay.
I should not touch, tease, or harass any underwater organism.
No.
True.
I should stay close to the petty professional during the dive and signal if something.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
Sure. No.
No.
questions.
You clear everything.
What's your pin size?
এই মেডিকেল ফর্মের যে আনসারগুলো যদি নো হয় তাহলে শুধুমাত্র আপনি টাইপ করতে পারবেন। এটা হচ্ছে ডিক্লারেশন ফর্ম। তো এটা থেকে এই পাশে সিগনেচার করি, তারপরে এরপরে ওভারঅল বিষয়গুলো সম্পর্কে উনি একটা ব্রিফ দিল যে কিভাবে পানি নিচে কিভাবে কি করতে হবে, প্রেশার কিভাবে থাকে, তারপর ওভারঅল সব কিছু সম্পর্কে একটা ধারণা দিয়ে দিল। তো এগুলো তো কান কিভাবে কোন সিগন্যাল দিতে হবে, কিভাবে ইশারা করতে হবে, যেহেতু পানির নিচে কথা বলা যাবে না, হাত দিয়েই সব কিছু করতে হবে, এটা সম্পূর্ণটা দিয়ে দিছে। এটা আপনারা চাইলে ভিডিওগুলো দেখে নিতে পারেন, ভিডিওগুলোতে আরও ভালো করে দেয়া আছে। শেষে কিছু প্রশ্ন আসে, ডিসকভার স্কুবা ডাইভিং নলেজ অ্যান্ড সেফটি রিভিউ। এগুলো আমাদেরকে বলার পর আমরা কতটুকু বুঝলাম সেটার একটা টেস্ট বলা যায় যে ট্রু অর ফলস। এখানে এগুলো সবগুলো এটা আপনার পেপার যেটা দেয় সেই পেপারসেও আসলে টিক চিহ্ন দিয়ে সাইন করে দিতে হয়। যাই হোক, এভাবেই মোটামুটি একটা প্রস্তুতি নিয়েই কিন্তু সমুদ্রের নিচে গিয়ে তারপরে স্কুবা ডাইভিংয়ে যাওয়া যায়। আশা করছি সবাই এই ভিডিও থেকে উপকৃত হবেন। আপনার স্কুবা ডাইভিং শুভ হোক।